and if I could invite the chair of Waitai Coastal-Burwood Community Board to come to the table. Thank you.
And Happy New Year. I'm not sure whether it's okay to say Happy New Year in February, but I'll say it anyway since it's the first time I've seen you all. I'm joined again by Christopher Turner, our governance man extraordinaire, just to present this report, some of which is from late in the year of 2020. So just Community Board decisions under delegation. We've been approving bus stops. Our stock and trade. The one at the most interesting, I suppose, is outside the Palms on the north side of New Brighton Road. Just moving that down, making a little more user-friendly. Other restrictions on no stopping. The Ascot Community Centre has been leased to the Eastern Community Sports and Recreation Group, very active in our community, and so they'll be wrangling people to use that facility. Some youth funding from the Discretionary Response Fund, and also to a couple of very active groups in our area, St Kentigern's Burwood United Presbyterian Church, former councillor Glenn Livingston involved there, and Grace Vineyard Christian Fellowship based in New Brighton, who do wonderful work in our community. Very, very active group. This again is another fantastic group in our community, the South Brighton, the Bridge South Brighton Trust. They had their AGM, which I attended late in the year. This photo is from the day when the Prime Minister visited. That's Steve Langridge on the left, who's involved in the group. They're the ones, if you remember, who are building converting an old church on the corner of Estuary Road and Bridge Street into a truly community facility. They're well advanced in converting that. They're a great group, very active, very big committee, and do wonderful work. And I'm pleased to say that that's progressing well, just along the road from the new South Brighton Surf Club, which is nearing completion too. So the New Brighton Community Gardens had their AGM. They've also had an open day Saturday, 31st of October. Is there anything more relaxing than walking around a garden, and perhaps therapeutic as well? They had over 1,000 people come in and enjoy the gardens. It's a great opportunity for them to raise funds, and they sold a lot of plants, I think 850 plants in 3 hours. It says here that they sold a lot of seedlings and candula plants, which confused me a wee bit, so I went and looked it up. Marigolds. Sorry? Calendula? Yeah, I knew I'd butcher that. So basically marigolds, and they use them for all sorts of sort of therapeutic remedies. You learn something new every day. Pardon, Pauline? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well... Yes, good point. So I love Brighton, not I love New Brighton, but I love Brighton. The Brighton area includes those from South Shore to Waimari, and I'm sure they'd be pleased to be included. That was held on Monday, just gone, so Waitangi Day, and emceed by local celebrity James Daniels. Spectacular weather, spectacular turnout, and spectacular day. We'll have some photos for you next time, but council is heavily involved in that, and staff from our board. It's a wonderful opportunity to celebrate being down by the sea and appreciate all the wonderful things that we have to offer. It's held in Rafidi Domain and very successful, very well patronised. So thank you for everybody who contributed there. Parklands at Play is this weekend, another council-sponsored event in our area. So we've got some great community groups involved in this. The Pukiko Centre, who are doing builds of their own, converting some of the land around the Parklands Bowling Club into community facilities. So they're sort of well on their way to getting that kicked off, but they'll be involved. This is on Valentine's Day, so you're welcome to come along this Sunday from 12 till 3. There's a lot of activities for kids. A lot of families turn out to this celebration, and we'll report back on how that went next time. Another positive thing. So the Anzac Fronds, I was talking to the Mayor about this earlier. This is something that we're really pleased to be progressing. So the Anzac Fronds, if you remember, were on the Anzac Bridge over the Avon, and they were taken down after the earthquake and put in storage. So a number of people have expressed a desire to see them come back. They won't come back on the bridge, but there's ongoing discussions with NZTA. We're sort of partnering with them to find an appropriate spot for them. And I suspect it'll be similar to the poppies that are on about half a k down the road. So good to preserve those that sculpture. It's an extraordinary sculpture. It was made to sort of rust and then obviously look quite natural. So it'll be good to have those back. And it's a really positive thing to be involved in. What have we got next? So WACS, the Wainoni Avonside Community Services Trust, held a garage sale. This is one of the most active groups in our area. It has a really good leadership group. Recent, I guess, new blood in the leadership group. Former councillor David East, former MP Margaret Austin is also involved in the group. They're fantastic. There's quite a few people over 90. They celebrate birthdays. They're constantly active. They meet at the Burwood Christian Centre in Bassett Street, which has opened its doors to them. A really active group for sort of older people, and continue to do great work in our community. And last but not least, the New Brighton Seaside Christmas Parade was held just before Christmas. Santa arrived by boat. I didn't actually see that, but apparently he did. A few of the community board members went along, and we were quite pleased to have a little bit of support from Councillor Phil Major, who lent us his Fiat. Wasn't it your dad's? And he bought it before you were even born. So probably back in the 1920s or something like that, you know. Yeah. So an incredibly well-attended event, the Christmas parade, and there was sort of a very full market that day. I was really surprised at how many people actually come out with their families to wave at the City Councillor, and the other floats, which were pretty good as well. So, yeah, a beautiful day for it, really well-attended, and there's some photos there, as you can see. So all in all, a pretty positive time of the year in our two wards. We have the Coast to Coast finishing this weekend on Saturday in New Brighton, so there will be a big sort of festival atmosphere there this weekend, and of course Parkland's at play. So a lot of really positive things going on. And the last one I'd like to mention is the continuing success of Hepuna Taimoana. I've had a chat to Merrin Skipper. She also sends her personal invite for you to come down and enjoy the hot pools. They're well ahead of budget. There has been, she gave me some statistics, and one of them was like a 4% increase in business over a certain period in New Brighton. So they worked this out from FPOS receipts. So a really good, positive, I guess, inclusion in our area, these pools. And also, you know, with the playground, if you go down there on weekends and see how many people are down there enjoying that playground, you'll be really proud of the investments that you've put into this area. So thank you so much. And I'll take any questions if there's time.
That's lovely. I'm thrilled about the Fronds because they just have such happy memories for me from that time. So it was sad that the earthquake put paid to them being on the bridge, but it's great that they're coming back as a sculpture. Thank you. Pauline.
Thank you. Could I take the opportunity to just ask you how the work is going with the archery club finding a new site? Is that still alive and well? Are you still working on that?
Yeah, I mean, we hear back from staff every now and then. There have been some suggestions made. I think, Chris, maybe you could answer that better.
Yeah, so the council staff have been working with the club and proposing sort of options of where they could go. Yep. And it's something that comes up around the board table, so it's very much front of mind for the community board just to keep that moving along as well, just to help the archery club.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Cool.
Anyone else? Mike?
No question, just a comment. I just want to wish you all the best for the coast to coast this weekend. And if you see Glenn going up that hill, make sure you give him a hand. He'll probably be struggling.
He has very unrealistic goals, but he's a wonderful man.
Yes. All right. James, would you like to move that? Seconded by Phil. I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. David Cartwright.